Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Belfry High School. This is Ken Hall along with Larry Cecil, Shane Murray on camera for Channel 5, and we're here for the big 2A district matchup between the Belfry Pirates and the Prestonsburg Black Cats. And Larry, they've had some tremendous battles over the years, these two fine programs, haven't they?
Yes, they have, Ken. This is one of the premier games of the year every year in this region. In 2A, kindly rivals the Johnson Central Paintsville game in the Apple Bowl. Everybody's looking forward to this game here every year.
Absolutely, and hopefully we'll have a more competitive game here tonight than you had last week down at the Apple Bowl. I know you and Charlie were down there, and boy, Johnson Central, they're 7-0 with 7 blowouts, haven't they?
Well, that game was settled within 6 minutes. I think it was 6:05 on the clock, and it was 22-0 in the first quarter. So that one was settled pretty quick. But I'm sure we're going to have a better game than that here tonight. Prestonsburg's coming in on a roll, and Belfry's just being Belfry, you know,
right.
and there's a lot of connections between the two schools through the coaching staffs, and so I'm sure we're going to have a heck of a high school football game here tonight.
I think we will, as Prestonsburg really struggled last season. Had a tough season, unusual season for them, but and they started out a little slow this year, but they're one of those teams that has been getting better week in and week out. You can see the improvement in them. Got a big win a couple weeks ago against Sheldon Clark. And I'm sure they're fired up about this game. Of course, it's awful tough to come over here to Belfry and beat these Pirates. But you're getting a different view tonight, aren't you? You've been used to being down on the field, and you've refereed some of these big matchups between these two teams. It's always a great atmosphere, isn't it?
Oh, it's super. It's the kind of games that you officiate, hoping that you'll get the chance to participate in. And the atmosphere is great, and the kids are fired up, and it's just super atmosphere. And just like you said, Prestonsburg is on a roll a little bit here at the last little bit. I think they're 2-0 now in the district, or maybe 3-0, won their last two district games. So both of these teams coming in undefeated in the district, and the winner of this game tonight quite possibly could be the district champion.
More than likely would be if they pull this off here, but well, I'll tell you, Belfry, we've talked about Prestonsburg improving and looking better, but Belfry started out strong. They beat an excellent team over here in the Pike County Bowl, and Newport Central Catholic, last year's state champion in Class Single A. And they went up, just kept rolling, and got a big win there a couple weeks ago over at Pikeville. That's a great rivalry between Belfry and Pikeville, and Pikeville played them really tough. That was a really good ball game. But this Belfry team is, like you said, just being Belfry. They got that, Coach Philip Haywood's got his system, primarily runs the ball and runs it well. You know what's coming at you, and you still can't stop it.
Well, the Belfry team, it hits a program, and that's what it takes to win in high school football. You have to have a football program. The assistant coaches filters down into the middle school and teaches those kids, and when those kids get up into the high school level, then the language as far as the plays and the defenses they're familiar with, and you don't have to do a lot of teaching as far as that. And I know got a friend that helps in the program, and last year they had over 100 kids out in the middle school. So that's what it takes.
Oh, that's phenomenal. And some of these middle schools struggle to have enough players to have a team, but that's what you need. Those great feeder schools, and those kids, when they get to that high school level, they know what the game's all about. That really means a lot.
That's exactly right. And when Coach Haywood was in Prestonsburg, it was the same system. It's his assistant coaches helped in the middle school, and that's what it takes to build a program. Makes a strong program, and we've got great community support over here, and not only the community, but the businesses around. They get behind the school, and
right.
They come out, and it's just a super crowd here tonight, and it's like it made no difference who they play. It's like it any time they play at home.
Right, and of course on the other side of the ball, a fine program at Prestonsburg too. Like I said, they're a program too. They've had great success over the years, and Coach John DeRossich's done a great job down there. And we saw them just a few years ago in the state championship game, and would have saw them in a couple of more state championships, I feel certain, had they been able to get by this Belfry team. But this just been some great matchups over the years, and hopefully we're going to have a great game here tonight.
Yeah, Coach Drossett's a good friend of mine. He coached both of my kids when they played at Prestonsburg, his first head coach. I mean, at Mitchell Lane, his first head coaching job, and got to know John real well, working with him there at the program. And I think if he'd stayed there, he had that program kind of headed in the right direction. Of course, you can't blame him for going back to his home school, and he stepped right in down there and started an excellent program. And just like you said, before he's had a slow start first of the season, but Coach Drossett's teams always improves through the year. And at the end of the year, when it comes playoff time, he's always there and has pulled some upsets in the playoffs, to advance.
Oh, yes, they have. I remember just a couple of years ago over at Breathitt County when Breathitt had that great team with when Jacob Hunley, who's now Potman College quarterback, was a quarterback over there. And I don't know if they may have been undefeated that year, but they were a heavy favorite to win the state championship or to get to the finals. And Coach DeRossett takes the Black Cats over there and pulls off the upset. And I think we had your son was with me that night, Jimmy Cecil.
Yeah, that oldest boy of mine.
Oldest boy of yours. That's also a referee, but. You all are related, aren't you?
Yes, me and Jim's cousins.
Yes. But, Jim may be out here tonight. I know Robert Staggs is, and
I don't think Jim's with this crew tonight. I seen the list earlier of the officials. We got Bill Greer, Chris Simpson, Robert Marty Gormley, and Brian Ratliff, I think, is the back judge tonight.
Jimmy's probably wearing a white hat somewhere else tonight, I would imagine. Maybe it's Sheldon Clark. That's a big game down there tonight. Sheldon Clark and Shelby Valley. That's in this same district here, 2A district, and that's a huge game there. Both those teams. Well, I started to say undefeated in the district, but Sheldon Clark got upset 2 weeks ago by this Prestonsburg team, and but Sheldon Clark's having a fine year. That's their only loss so far.
Well, earlier in the season, a lot of people picked Sheldon Clark to challenge Belfry for the district title, and nobody's foreseen them losing to Prestonsburg except for the Prestonsburg coaching staff and the football team, evidently. But that was a big win for Coach Drossett, and just probably a minor setback for Sheldon Clark because they still got to play Belfry and if they can knock him off, that would be a tie of 3 or 4 teams there for that district lead.
And we're ready to get this one underway as Prestonsburg will be kicking it off to Belfry. Seth Moore, number 22, does the kicking. Back deep for Belfry. Corey Chapman in the middle. He's got Dustin May to his left, and I imagine that's probably Gerald Epling to his right there, number 18. Can't see the number real good. And here's the kick. It's a squib kick. Bouncing along, picked up at the 20 by Epling. He gets up, breaks a tackle at the 28, gets across the 35, the 45, one man downfield to beat, and he cuts him off and finally tripped up. What a return by Gerald Epling all the way down to the Prestonsburg 31-yard line as he takes it 49 yards on the return.
Yeah, number 77, John Blair, finally got him down. Ken had some good blocking. There's a wedge set up on the side, and he made one good cut. That wedge opened up for him, and he was off to the races.
And Belfry will run their first play from scrimmage. Andrew Elkins, the quarterback, gives it off to Dustin May off the left side, and he gets down to about the 28-yard line, pickup of about 3. As I'll tell you what, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to see these Belfry Pirates this year, but this Gerald Epling is quite a football player that returned that kick. He's 5'7", 146 pounds, and I made a comment a couple weeks ago. He may be the best player in the region, pound for pound. This guy will hit you on defense. He does a great job in all aspects of the game for this Belfry team. And there's May, a quick hitter up the middle, and a nice hole. He gets down close to the. What are they going to say?
About
went
28,
down.
27.
He actually crossed the 25, but evidently he went down on his knee there, and forward progress carried him forward. So not that much of a gain. It's going to leave 3rd and 5 now for the Pirates.
It just Coach Haywood, he'll just keep pounding that ball, and you can see on the sideline he's got players he can move in and out, and his theory is to wear the other team down.
And here's a pitch back to Epling over the left side. Gets a nice hole, and he's got the first down as he gets down to the 20-yard line. Pick up of 7 yards on the play. And boy, some great blocking on the left side of that line. He had a huge hole.
Yes, that line kicked out the defensive end, and fullback followed him through and picked up the linebacker and had a big opening there for 7 or 8 yards and a first down.
Elkins under center, wishbone formation, gives it off to Dustin May up the middle, and he gets a nice gain inside the 15 down to about the 14-yard line, looks like. That's a 6-yard pickup on first down for Belfry, and that's what they like to see. Leaves them with a 2nd and 4 now.
That's a good down to call. It gives you plenty of flexibility to make your play calls, and just like we said before, Coach Haywood, he's just going to pound that ball between the tackles and wear that defense down, see what he can do with it.
Elkins takes his quick snap, hands it off to Dustin May again up the middle, and he's down. May have the first down. He's had to get just inside the 10. I believe he's got it.
I think he's got it.
And boy, I'll tell you, that's one of the hardest runners you'll ever see, Dustin May. He's a load to bring down. Strong kid that runs really hard.
He's got 4 carries in this drive so far for 15 yards, so he is carrying the load for him on this first offensive drive for the Belfry Pirates.
Dustin is 6'2", 220 pounds, and he's only a junior. Elkins under center. It's 3rd and short. He didn't get the first down off the left side. He's got it this time. That's Dustin May again. He gets down to the 7. A pickup of about 3, and it'll be 1st and goal now for Belfry with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Again, that Prestonsburg defense is just not showing no signs of stopping that run early, which is not a good sign. Of course, you know, you get a couple drives in, then the defensive coach can make their adjustments. So we'll see what Prestonsburg comes up with.
1st and goal from the 7. Elkins under center. Pitch back to Epling over the left side. He's hitting the backfield, breaks the tackle, and gets down inside the 5. And that's at least 3 or 4 tackles Elkins has broken already tonight. Like I said, he's a small kid, but he has a lot of heart and plays with a lot of heart. Just a gutsy kid, a really tough, hard-nosed kid.
Well, he gives you a lot of movement when the defensive man comes up. He's turning his hips, you know, and his shoulders and spinning, and it's hard to bring down a carrier like that.
Wrap him up. 2nd and goal. Dustin May up the middle. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. Looks like between the 1 and 2 yard line. Right on the 2, it looks like. So it'll be 3rd and goal now from the 2. As Belfry has kept it on the ground this entire drive.
As they will most of the night.
And I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Elkins takes the snap. Dustin May, he gets drilled, and I don't think he got in. Good job up front by the Black Cats. They stopped him at the 1 yard line, looks like.
Yeah, they
1 yard pickup.
Stood that offensive line up, and linebackers feeded through and made a good hit and stopped him right on the 1, maybe inside the 1 yard line. It'd be 4th down, so naturally Coach Haywood's going to go for it.
The ball is inside the 1, so big play coming up here, 4th and goal. Elkins under center, wishbone formation behind him. Gives it off to May. He gets drilled and knocked backwards.
He didn't make it.
And Prestonsburg will take over. What a goal line stand by the Black Cats.
That's a great play, Ken, by the middle linebacker. That line, they held their ground. The middle linebacker fed through and stuck him, and then he got some help, and he actually looked like he lost about a half a yard. So that's a great goal line stand for the Black Cats. First drive for Belfry. Black Cats be 1st and 10 from their own 1 yard line.
With 6:59 to play in the first quarter, and we've got a whistle.
Got a flag.
Probably motion on the offense, I believe. It is, and boy, that's a huge penalty, Larry. That's a half a yard.
It's a half a yard, but
half the distance to the goal.
That's right, where that half yard's at. Now you're starting your drive on your own half yard line, so that's dangerous territory for the Black Cats.
Yes, it is. as Bobby Hughes under center. Hands it off to the second man through. That's Lincoln Sloan, and nothing there for him. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
It looks like it's a no gain.
2nd and 10 now for Prestonsburg, but Belfry kept the ball for 5 minutes on that drive and got all the way down inside the 1-yard line, but couldn't get it in the end zone.
Well, they got down inside that red zone, and the Black Cat defense stiffened up and held them out.
Hughes under center. Quick handoff to Sloan again, and not much there for him.
Looked like he might have about 2 yards.
He got, it looks like closer,
maybe
close
a
to
yard.
the 3-yard line.
Yeah, they've got it 3rd and 9 on the scoreboard, so it's going to be 3rd and long, whatever, and on the 2-yard line.
Hughes takes it, pitches it back, sweep to the left, and somebody comes up and makes a fine defensive play. I'll see who that was.
That's an outside linebacker. I can't pick his number up right now. I think it's
been
number 8.
I believe it was.
Like.
Philip Hickman. I think that was Lincoln Sloan again on the call. The ball still at the 3, so no gain. It'll be 4th and long now, and Prestonsburg will have to punt it from deep in their own end zone. And let's see, Bobby Hughes, I think, usually does the punting. He's back at the back of the end zone. You got to get a good snap here. He's got it and boots it short and off to the side. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 34, 35-yard line. Looks like closer to the 34.
34-yard line.
So that's the
32-yard kick. Of course, he was kicking out of his end zone, so, it'd give him a little breathing room there, but it's going to be excellent field position for the Pirates on this second drive. 5:01 to go in the first quarter, 1st and 10 on Prestonsburg, 34. Well, they're marking it up now, again to the 30-yard line.
Went out of bounds at the 30, huh? Great.
Just had to get down and get their angle on it before they could get where the spot was out. Yeah.
So Belfry breaks the huddle. 5:01 to play in the first quarter. No score. Andrew Elkins under center. He fakes the handoff. He's back looking to pass. He's got 2 men downfield going for Epling. Touchdown, Belfry. It's a 30-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Elkins to Gerald Epling. Beautiful throw.
Epling set up in the slot. Ken run us what they call a seam pattern. Just went down the hash marks and just run right by 2 Prestonsburg defenders, and the ball was laid in there perfect. Great play, and Belfry's on the scoreboard first. 4:56 to go in the first quarter.
And great job by the Pirates.
We're just talking about the run, and then they score on the pass.
Yeah. Glenn Ernest kicks the extra point. It's good. 4:56 to play in the first quarter. It's 7-0. Belfry over Prestonsburg. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Intermountain Sports Network. And welcome back to Belfry High School. 4 minutes, 56 seconds to play in the first quarter. Belfry's just gone up over top of Prestonsburg by a score of 7-0 on a beautiful 30-yard pass from Andrew Elkins to Gerald Epling. And when you was talking earlier there, Larry, about Belfry just usually pounds it up. This Elkins just moved into the starting lineup a few weeks ago at quarterback, and he's a very accurate passer. I've been hearing a lot of good things that they are very capable now mixing in the pass, and boy, that makes them a dangerous team when you can do that play. You're so used to them pounding it, and then they can use that play action and throw the ball. Makes them hard to defend.
Yeah, you have to look for the run first, and on the play that they scored, I was looking at Prestonsburg's defense, and they had all 11 men within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, and just running a little seam pattern, got behind them, and a great throw, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Ernest kicks it back to about the 4-yard line. That's Lincoln Sloan returning. He gets up to the 20, and that's about it. He's taken down there. Well,
a little better
Sloan's
field.
Been the only Black Cat to touch the ball so far, other than Bobby Hughes handing it off to him.
Yeah, that's a little better field position for the Black Cats now. You know, the first time they took it over on their 1-yard line, then got a penalty and moved it back to the half-yard line, so it gives them a little more flexibility on making some offensive calls here.
As Hughes opens up in the shotgun now, empty backfield. He takes it, he's rolling to the left, wanting to run with it. He gets a nice block out there, crosses the 25, and he gets up near the 30, close to a first down. Nice run there by quarterback Bobby Hughes.
Yeah, it was just a called sprint out by the quarterback, and he got a couple of blocks and turned it into, looks like about a 9-yard gain. Well, I think they're going to call for a measurement now.
Enough for
Ken.
a measurement. Robert Staggs calls for the chains to be brought in. You know, Robert's fortunate he's not in chains somewhere.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
He might be on one of those weekend release programs, you know.
Maybe he is. He gets out every Friday night to do the ball game.
Yeah.
But, we like to pick on Robert. He can handle it real well.
That might be the reason he tries to get everything over so quick so he can get back.
Yeah. And it is a first down, so 1st and 10 Prestonsburg from their own 30-yard line. Of course, Chuck Hughes informed us years ago that Robert was in his mid to late 60s, and
that's been years back.
That's been a few years back.
Yeah.
He told us that. So,
well, he's holding his age good. He ain't aged much.
No, he hasn't. Hair looks the same.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're ready to go now. Bobby Hughes in the shotgun again. He's got one setback with him. And here's the handoff around the right side. Breaks a tackle at the 30 and turns the corner, gets across the 35. That's
Setzer.
Setzer on the carry. Good run there.
Made a 5-yard gain. That's a good gain on first down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from the, it looks like 36 of Prestonsburg.
And Hughes in the shotgun again with an empty backfield this time. 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. Long snap count. There goes Setzer in motion. Snap to Hughes. He pump fakes. Now fires it deep down the left side for Lincoln Sloan, and overthrown. Of course, Sloan stopped, kind of held up there, and
he hesitated, but number 5 Elkins had a good coverage on him. It's been hard to complete that pass anyway. Coach Drossett calling the pass to try to loosen that Belfry defense up a little bit.
But Elkins, like you said, was right there with him step for step. I think that's why he hesitated. He's trying to break free there, but couldn't do it. 3rd down and 5 now. Hughes in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff and tries to reverse field, and he's taken down for a loss. Dustin May gets in the backfield and makes the tackle with an assist from Jonathan Stafford. But a nice play there by Dustin May. Hughes saw no, he was going to try to run the option there after he faked the handoff to Sloan and saw nothing on that left side. Tried to reverse back to the right, and May was already in the backfield and nailed him for a 4-yard loss.
Well, Belfry's defense had called for a blitz, and the blitz right into the play, so it was a big call.
Here's the snap. Hughes to punt it. Gets away a better kick this time. Hits at the 35. Nice roll. My. What a kick down to the 11 or 12-yard line, and that was from the 32.
Can you add that up real quick, Ken?
That's 39 and 18. That's about 57 yards right there.
He'd take that every time, wouldn't he?
I believe he'd take that all day, every day.
Yeah, I think so.
I think any coach in the NFL would take that all day, every day.
Yes, they would.
But great roll there. Of course, he really booted, got the leg into it too. Good kick.
Belfry going to take over on their own 12-yard line. 2:43 to go in the first quarter. They're up 7-0.
Elkins under center. Wishbone formation behind him. Here's the pitch. And hit in the backfield. That's going to be a loss. That's Corey Chapman, his first carry of the night. And great penetration there by the Black Cats.
Yes, that defensive line broke through. The floodgates opened up, looked like, and he came in and dropped him for a 4-yard loss.
All the way back at the 8-yard line now.
Be second
down
14.
14, yes. You
know, Ken, this could be a field position game, so that's a big play for Prestonsburg defense.
Yes, it is. Hand off up the middle, and probably Dustin May on the carry. Didn't get much. It was May. Spotted at the 9, about a 1-yard gain is all he got. So that's going to leave 3rd and 13 now for the Belfry Pirates.
It's a little different in the play calling when you got that short field and then when you backed up against your own goal line. So Belfry will be a little conservative here and run between the tackles and try to pick up a couple first downs.
Here's the handoff to second man through, big hole over the left side. He's hit and taken down. He's probably got the first down. He was Corey Chapman on the carry. Nice run there. He had a big hole over that right side, then broke a couple of tackles out there, and enough to pick up the first down out at the 22-yard line.
There was one of those first downs we was talking about they was trying to pick up.
Right. Boy, they got that one on 3rd and long, too. It was 3rd and 13. He picked up 14 yards on the carry.
Well, they've been handed off to May up the middle and just over and over, and they faked it to him and went to the second back, and it was open for him.
May's got it this time and gets across the 25, about a 2-yard pickup. Close to 3. We'll call it 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 now. We're up to the 26-yard line. Only 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Belfry on top, 7-0.
That makes 8 times that May's carried the ball already this first quarter.
He is a workhorse. Elkins takes it, hands it off to Chapman. He fumbles it, and I think Prestonsburg's got it. They have.
Yes, they have.
And a big break for the Black Cats. Comes with 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ball at the 24-yard line. Belfry's had some problems this season holding on to the football. That was one of the problems they had over at Parkville a couple of weeks ago. Had to put it on the ground several times.
Looks like it was a little miscommunication in the exchange from the quarterback to the running back. I don't think the back ever had the ball.
Hughes in the shotgun, and we've got some kind of movement. It's going to be on the offense. We'll back it up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now for the Black Cats. Ball back at the Belfry 29-yard line. Only 20 seconds now left in the quarter, so we see one more play in this first quarter.
Ken, those penalties, they're only 5-yarders, but they're drive killers. You know, you're starting out 1st and 10 and made a big defensive play on the 24, and before you can run your first play, you're backed up 5 yards and put in a hole. So it's just drive killers. It is. You can't have that.
That's coach killers too. Gives them those ulcers.
Yes.
And Hughes fakes the handoff. He's back looking to pass. Had a man out there, but overthrew him. And now they're at the 20. It's 81, isn't it?
That was Wes Woods tied in.
And welcome back to Belfry High School. We're ready to start the second quarter with Prestonsburg facing 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and 13 from the Belfry 27-yard line after Prestonsburg recovered a fumble. Hughes pitches it. Sloan's looking to pass it. Fires it down the middle and short. He wanted to go back to Hughes with it, but he was well covered, so he looked downfield, and who's that intended for? Is that what number is
I didn't get the number on him, Charlie. I was they was about to sack Hughes, and I was
number 11. Number 11. That's
number
Chase
11.
Martin. And
Coach Drossett pulled out one of the flea flickers there coming out of the intermission between at the end of the first quarter, and Belfry had it well covered.
I'd have to throw a flag on you there if I'd had one, Larry. You called me Charlie just a minute ago there, so.
Oh, well, I guess I
deserve
one.
Yeah.
I deserve one. Is that unsportsmanlike?
Right. That's unsportsmanlike conduct. And there's delay of game on the Black Cats. And, boy, another costly penalty. They're going for it on 4th and 13, at this position in the field. Not much else you can do. And then they back themselves up another 5 yards. This has to be frustrating Coach DeRosset.
Well, they took over on the recovered fumble on the 24. before they run the first play, they had a 5-yard procedure penalty, run a couple of plays. Now they're getting a delay of game, so they've went backwards.
All the way back at the 32 now. It's 4th and 18. Hughes in the shotgun, trips to the left. High snap. Oh, he's going to kick it. Good heads-up call if they can keep it, and they do. They're going to down it right at the 10. So good play call there by the Black Cats. That would have been a tough one to make there.
Yeah, they that keeps your defense honest, keeps everybody pulled up to the line of scrimmage, and then just try to drop one in and down it inside the 20, which they've got it, looks like, just outside the 10, so it worked out well for the Black Cats.
Yes, it did. And disguised it well. Had those 3 receivers out wide to the left, so he boots it to the left. They're down there to keep it from going in the end zone. So
right, yeah.
Excellent call. Elkins under center, wishbone formation behind him. Hand off up the middle to Dustin May. Or was it? No. This is
number 18.
Ampling had it over here, and he lost a yard all the way back to the 10. Lost about a half a yard. But boy, I tell you, it's hard to pick that ball up. They run that option so well there. I thought May had it.
They've always done that, Ken. When you officiate some of their games, you have to be sure not to blow that quick whistle, because sometimes you'd think one have the ball and there's somebody coming by you with it. So.
And there is a handoff up the middle this time, and nothing there. The Black Cats playing strong up front these last couple of series.
Yeah, after that first drive that the Pirates had, they drove it down inside the 5-yard line. Prestonsburg held, and of course they've had the scored on the pass, but since that first drive, Ken, they've stiffened up, and the Pirates has had a tough time running it.
Dustin May got only 2 yards on that carry, so it's 3rd and 9 now. We may see Elkins go to the air again here. He's going to keep it around the left side. He's got all kinds of room. And we got a flag down out here at the 25-yard line. He gets up across the 30.
I think we're going to have a hold.
I think so. It is holding on Belfry.
Be 10 yards from a spot of the foul and replay the down. That might be the reason he turned that corner so good, Ken.
The defender couldn't get to him.
Couldn't get to him.
Backs it all the way back to the 12, so it's right back where they started. 3rd and 9.
The last 2 drives, penalties been hurting both teams. This would be a big stop for the Black Cats. Just like we talked earlier, this game could be well decided on field position. They've got the Pirates backed up on the 12. If they can stop them here and could get good field position.
Good field position, right. Elkins under center and hands it off over the right side to Chapman, and he gets up across the 15 to about the 18, and that's going to be well short of the first down. I believe 4th down and about 3 or 4. So Belfry will have to kick it away here. 10:05 to play in the first half. Belfry leads it 7-0 on a 30-yard touchdown pass from Andrew Elkins to Gerald Epling.
Dropping back for Prestonsburg for the punt, Ken, is Lincoln Sloan, 33, and number 3, Alan Crayon.
Here's the kick. Dustin May doing the punting, and boy, that is a high kick. It hits at the 45, and hits a Belfry player down at about the 42, 41-yard line. So, like you said, Larry, Prestonsburg comes out of this with really good field position, starting to drive at the Belfry 41.
Yeah, anytime you can take over and start your drive on your opponent's side of the 50-yard line, that's great field position. And not only this makes 2 times Prestonsburg done that tonight, I think Belfry's done it a couple or 3 times themselves.
Right.
On their scoring drive, they started out on the 20 and scored on 1 play on the pass. So it's definitely a disadvantage for the defense.
Yes, it is. Hughes in the shotgun. Got 2 receivers to his left. Hands it off up the middle and trying to find somewhere to go. Is that Sloan? They wrapped him up so quick, couldn't see his number. No, that's
number 5.
Setzer, Seth Setzer. And he got a yard down to the 40. It'll be 2nd and 9 now for the Black Cats.
both of these defenses is getting stingy on that run. Ken, it's just 1 or 2 yards, but the thing about it is you just keep pounding, then not once you're going to pop that 25 or 30 yarder.
Hughes awaits the snap from the shotgun. He's got it, swings it out in the left flat to Lincoln Sloan. He's got some blockers out there. He gets down near the 30, could have the first down. He drove him out of bounds there, stops the clock with 9:01 to go in the half. And let's see where they spotted. I believe, he's got it.
He's got it.
Nose of the ball right on the 30, so it is 1st and 10, Prestonsburg. Black Cats with a golden opportunity with this field position to try to even this thing up, trailing 7-0. Hughes under center. And all kinds of confusion. Somehow he breaks away, and he's running down the left side inside the 20, the 10, gone. And he's down to the 8-yard line on a busted play.
I think that he took the snap, looked like off the back of his center. I think he fumbled it and went up on his back, and he took it, and the defensive men run by him, and he was just running for his life and went out to the left side and was wide open. Nobody there, and turned it up, made a huge gain.
Heck of a run. Picked up 21 yards down to the 9. It's 1st and goal now, Prestonsburg. I believe the center snapped the ball unexpectedly there. I don't think the line moved, or I think it...
well, there was some confusion somehow. Somebody wasn't on the right page.
Pitch to Sloan around the right side, and he cuts it back, gets down to about the 6. That wasn't Sloan. That was Alan Cranen, number 3.
Number 3.
I saw the 3 there. Thought it was Sloan. Alan Cranen picks up 3 yards. Or no, they spotted at the 7. It's 2 yards, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7 now. Hughes off the sideline with the play call. Clock winding down here. 8 minutes now to go in the first half. Hughes going to line up in the shotgun. He's got Setzer to his right, Lincoln Sloan to his left. Takes the snap. Keeps it himself, rolling to the left. He pitches it to Setzer, and he's tripped up from behind by Dustin May. Back at the 10-yard line, loss of 3 yards, and another fine defensive play there by Dustin May.
Yes, they hit Hughes just as he pitched it, and he's lucky that there wasn't a fumble. When Setzer received the toss, they was right on him. That was well defense, that option play there.
It sure was. As it'll be 3rd and goal now from the 10. Hughes in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left. He's got 1 back in the backfield with him. That's Setzer. Hughes back, straight back, looking to pass, fires it, and going for Wes Woods in the end zone there, but missed him. He was well covered, though, as got Belfry back in the zone defense there, and they had it well covered.
Yeah, he was lined up as tight end and was running a little skinny post across the middle, but just like you said, Belfry was right there, had it defensed well, and I think the Black Cats is going to go for a field goal, looks like, Ken.
Right, it'll be should be Seth Moore kicking it, as Moore's got quite a leg, as if you remember there, Larry, a couple of weeks ago, that big upset of Sheldon Clark. He kicked a 39-yarder, I believe it was, to tie the game late in the game.
Yes, he did.
Into overtime. He's
we got a timeout on the field here, Ken.
All right, with that, we'll take a break. We're back in 1 minute on the Intermountain Sports Network. And we're back here at Belfry High School as Seth Moore ready to kick a 21-yard field goal attempt here. Hits up, and it looks good. It's perfect. And Prestonsburg on the scoreboard now. It's 7-3. Belfry leading the Black Cats with 6:56 to play in the first half. And good drive. They didn't get it in the end zone there, Larry. That's got to give Prestonsburg a little confidence here, getting some points on the board.
Well, Ken, that all started back from in the first quarter when Prestonsburg recovered a Belfry fumble on the 24. Prestonsburg couldn't move the ball. They turned the ball over to Belfry, held Belfry, and just as we was talking, they took that drive over on the 40-yard line, great field position, and got down inside the 10, and the Belfry defense stiffened up, and so forced Prestonsburg to go to the field goal. So they got on the board with 6:56 to go. It's 7-3. So I'm sure Coach Drossett was glad to get the points on the boards. They'd rather had a touchdown, and Belfry stiffened up and made a good defensive stand. So both teams is on the board now, and I think this is going to turn out just the way we expected to start with.
Be a good ball game. Been a good one to this point, and big kickoff coming here as Seth Moore ready to boot it. Got some fine return men back there with Corey Chapman, Dustin May, and Gerald Epling. As we saw Epling break a big one on the opening kick of the game, and it's going his way again. Epling takes it at the 15-yard line. He's coming up that right side and gets tripped up at about the 31-yard line. It looked like he had some room there, and you didn't see who it was, but somebody able to get in there and get a tackle on him.
Yeah, got a couple of blocks, and he was making a cut, trying to get to the sideline, and one of the Black Cats defenders took a dive at him and took his feet out from under him and stopped him, so the Pirates be taking over on their own 31, 6:50 to go in the second quarter, up 7-3.
As we're ready to go, Elkins takes the snap, handoff over the left side, and Dustin May running hard gets a nice gain out to about the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Call it the 37, pickup of 6 on the play.
That's 10 carries for Mr. May tonight, total of 32 yards.
As it'll be 2nd and 4 now. Elkins under center, wishbone formation behind him. He takes it, gives it off to Chapman over the right side. He's got some room and breaking tackles. He gets across midfield, still on his feet, and he gets down to the Prestonsburg 43-yard line. What a run by Chapman. How many tackles did he break on that run?
He must have run through 3 or 4 tackles. He just refused to go down. The Black Cats defense wasn't wrapping up. It was just a hitting him, and he just a spinning and a turning, and had his hand down on the ground one time holding his balance, and he got everything out that he could get, kid.
A great run as he picked up 20 yards on the carry. Corey Chapman. Here's handoff up the middle to May, or is that Chapman's got it again, breaks another tackle, and he's down to the 30-yard line. Another 13-yard pickup. And a couple of players having some words back here, but
that's to be expected in this game.
It is. But Stagg's right there on top of it. And nobody wants to tackle him now.
No, they be watching from the sideline.
In a hurry.
That's it. Yeah. Chapman's have picked up 33 yards here the last 2 carries, Ken, for the Pirates, and got them down knocking on the door.
And off to May this time over the right side, and he gets about 3 yards, it looks like. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Belfry leading Prestonsburg 7-3. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Pirates.
Chapman's carried the ball 5 times for 51 yards. That's a pretty good average.
That's quite an average, isn't it? And boy, what runs those two were. He broke some tackles there. Really tough running. Elkins under center. And here's a pitch back to Epling. All kinds of room around the left side, inside the 20, the 10, and it's a touchdown, Belfry. A 27-yard touchdown run for Gerald Epling. Epling has scored both touchdowns for Belfry in the game tonight. Caught a 30-yard pass for the first one, and then a 27-yard run.
Just keep pounding that ball between the tackles, pound it, and then you get your defense sucked in, and it's just simple little pitch, and had a blocker out in front of him, and I don't think a hand was ever laid on him.
I don't think so. Ernest with the kick. It's good, and it's now Belfry 14, Prestonsburg 3. We'll just keep it right here. Exactly 5 minutes to go in the first half. And we got some other games going on around the area tonight. Well, of course, we mentioned that big one, Shelby Valley and Sheldon Clark at 5-1 on the season, going up against each other down there tonight at Sheldon Clark. Should be a good ball game.
Yes, that's a big district game in this 2A, and also we've got Johnson Central. They're off to a great start this year at Greenup County.
They always put the home team on the left side on these KHSAA things. So that game's
Oh, okay.
at Johnson
So
Central.
they're at Johnson Central. Okay.
Right, and God bless Greenup County tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. You reckon they called Paintsville before the game? And of course, you had Pike Central, McGoffin County. That game was last night.
Yeah, Pike Central won that big. I think
Yeah,
they
they-
ended up, what, 40-6 or
40 to
40
6,
12
yeah, I
or
think
something.
so.
But they won that big. That game you heard last night on the Double X radio, and it's on TV as we speak right now. But we're ready to go here. Belfry will be kicking off. And Glenn Ernest ready to kick it away again. Ernest boots it. And it's taken at the 13-yard line up the right side and getting drilled out at the 25. That was number 8. That's Carmen Maines. And who's number 28 for
Number
Belfry?
28, Charlie Dotson. He's a 5'9", 176-pound running back, and he was on the kickoff team, and he stopped him
Oh,
abruptly.
he abruptly did. He sure did. That was quite a hit there by Dotson, and Dotson only a sophomore.
Black Cats will be taking over on their own 25-yard line, first and 10, 4:52 to go in the second quarter, down 14-3.
Using the shotgun. Quick handoff up the middle to Setzer, and he's running hard, breaking tackles. He gets up across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Good hard running there, a pickup of 7 yards on the play. Be 2nd and 3 now for the Black Cats.
Ken, Prestonsburg, the last time scored the field goal, drove the ball down the field and turned it back over, kicked it back over to Belfry. And how many times have you seen them answer a score
after
like
giving
that?
up a score.
Yes.
Seen that a lot.
So we'll see if Prestonsburg can do the same thing here on this drive.
Hughes keeps it in. He gets tripped up in the backfield. Faked a handoff to both backs there and then tried to keep it himself, but he got tripped up. Had he been able to get out of that backfield there, he might have had some room.
Well, I think the back that he faked the ball to kind of got in his way. I think he tripped over his feet. It wasn't one of the Belfry Pirates that took him down. It was his own player.
Own player.
Yeah.
Got a little jammed up in that backfield. This first half winding down quickly. It's down to 3:42 to play now. As Hughes in the shotgun. Takes it. Back looking to pass. He's got to get rid of it in a hurry and throws it away as Setzer well covered out there, and he had a rush coming down on him there. Number 63, Will Sutherland of the Pirates, was all over Bobby Hughes.
Yeah, he just more or less threw that in a way just to keep from taking a loss because he didn't have time to let his back fielder out of the backfield and get open, and they was the blitz and pressure from the defense was on top of him, so he just threw that in a way more or less.
Had to. Self-defense.
Yeah.
I'd hold up any court of law. That was self-defense there.
That's for sure.
Hughes takes the snap, boots it away. Another nice kick. Hits it and picked up at the 29-yard line there by Corey Chapman. He gets up across the 40 to about the 42, so Belfry with pretty good field position here to start this drive. They've got 3 minutes, 19 seconds to complete it before halftime.
Yeah, it's kind of a short kick. He picked it up on the bounce, and moved it upfield 6 or 7 yards. Pirates be taking over, as you said, on the 42, on their own 42, 3:19 to go, and they've showed Ken that they can throw the ball. Had the one touchdown, 30 yards,
right.
And so they're definitely have time on the clock to move this ball down and put it in the end zone before halftime.
Yes, they do. Chapman's faster than you think, Larry. He got 13 yards. That was quick. He took that at the 29. And it's Dustin May getting drilled in the backfield. He lost a yard, maybe 2. Or was it? Yeah, that was May. About a 2-yard loss.
Yeah.
2nd and 12. And Will Elkins go to the air now.
I don't think we're going to see the of play. You might see a fake and maybe that pitch out that Epplin had or the Chapman had the big gain on a few minutes ago.
Here's, just as you say that, dive play to the
There he
left.
goes. I mean, hey, typical Coach Haywood.
Yeah. That was May again on the carry. Gets up to the 43, almost the 44. We call it a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 8 now.
Well, May, he's run the ball 13 times tonight for 36 yards, which is not a big average, but the scoring plays that Belfry scored on, he set them up by
Right.
taking that run in the middle.
Right. And here's the pitch. Back to Epling. A lot of room again. He gets tripped up at midfield and gets forward to about the 47, 48. He's probably got the first down.
I think he's going to have it, looks like about a half a yard from where they're placing the ball.
And like you said, Larry, once again, they were sucked in on that fake handoff up the middle to May, and
First down.
a lot of room around that outside.
Yeah, you got to honor that dive because you've just as well as I have, you've seen Belfry run that 2 or 3 yards, and not once that ball carries 40 or 50 yards down the field. So you got to honor that, but when you do, it pulls that defense in and it opens that outside up for them.
Right. And Ted Dustin May, one of those very capable of breaking a long run. We've seen him break plenty of them over the last couple of years. And who's got the ball? I think it was Chapman over the right side.
Yeah, I think that's who it was.
Corey Chapman it was, and
No gain.
no gain on the play. Good job by the Black Cats on that play. As we're down to 1:45 to go now. Belfry's got all 3 timeouts remaining, though, so they've still got plenty of time here to complete this drive. The ball at the Prestonsburg 47, 2nd and 10. Elkins under center. He's back to pass and fires it down the left side. He's got a man wide open, and it's caught down there by Corey Chapman. Yes. Big gain down to the 24-yard line, a 23-yard pickup on the pass. Corey Chapman with the big catch. 1st and 10 now. Minute 20 to play, clock running in the first half. Elkins in the shotgun, fires it over the left side. What a catch out there by...
That's number 11, Devin Kohara, it looks like.
Devin Kohara, yes. Well, the pass...
pick up a 5.
He really had to reach for that one. A good catch, but only 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. Elkins back looking at that left side again and throws it a little low. Chapman can't quite pull it off the ground, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
Ken, that's the first incompletion Elkins thrown tonight. He was 3-3 up to that point, so he's been very effective in the passing game the times that they have thrown the ball.
Right, I think he had about 58 yards on those 3 completions too, so he's throwing it down the field.
On the the catch that Chapman made for 23 yards, he had to stop and wait on the pass.
Right,
If he'd hit him in stride, it would have been another 6 points for the
Right,
Pirates.
he had all kinds of room down there. The pass wasn't thrown real well. And Belfry takes their first time out now, so we've got 49 seconds to go. We'll just keep it right here, as it's a big 3rd down play coming up, 3rd and a long 5.
Have you seen Belfry this year as far as their place kicker? Have they got a field goal kicker?
Glenn Ernest, yeah, he's been kicking a couple years here. He's got a good leg, so they're getting close to a range where he could probably kick it. Probably could from here.
Yeah, it'd be about a 37-yarder if he tried it here.
Be interesting to see if that's what they do if they don't pick up this 3rd down, if they give it a shot at the field goal. But he's got a strong leg.
The Black Cats went down and kicked the field goal and kindly got a little momentum on their side, Ken. And since that time, Belfry's had the ball 2 offensive possessions, drove it right down the field and scored on one, and they're down threatening again with 49 seconds to go in the first half. So Don't know if that field goal was a wake-up call for them or not, but they've kindly taken the game over since then.
Yes, they have. And time to go here. 3rd down and a long 5, as looks like Elkins is going to line up in the shotgun again. Dustin May in the backfield, and you've got Epling and Chapman in the slots. Trying to set up a screen over the middle, and all kinds of blocking. Mays inside the 10, down to the 5. Great play call there by the Pirates.
Beautiful execution of the play. The line let the defensive lineman filtered through. Elkins just flipped the ball to his back, and he was wide open.
As Elkins takes the snap, fires it left side. Great catch, Corey Chapman. Touchdown, Belfry. A 5-yard touchdown pass from Elkins to Chapman.
Not very often can you see the Pirates put 3 touchdowns up in the first half and 2 of them on the pass.
2 of them are passing. that is not a usual thing for the Pirates, but may see more of that as this young kid Elkins doing a fine job at that quarterback position. Elkins is only a sophomore. And the kick up, and it's good. So it's now 21-3, Belfry. And, well, like you said, Larry, as Prestonsburg came back, got that field goal, cut the lead to 7-3, and then Belfry has just taken over the ball game, put two back-to-back touchdowns on the board here, and they're well in control now.
It's 21-3 right now, going into halftime. If they can keep the Black Cats from scoring here the last 34 seconds, and just like we said, they're running the ball in the middle with a little dive, and it's opened up, and they've been wide open on those pass plays, and even the backs are getting a corner, when they for the pitch out. So Coach Dross's going to have to make some adjustments at halftime for that defense to try to contain the outside against these Pirates.
Right. And they need to make some adjustments for the offense. There's only 3 points on the board here as we're just a few seconds away from halftime. Ernest getting ready to kick it off again. Ernest approaches the ball now, boots it away. Good high kick. Back at the 11-yard line, that's Carmen Maines. Cuts up the middle and gets up to the 24 before being taken down. A 13-yard return.
Black Cats be taking the ball over just short of their own 25 with 28 seconds to go in the second quarter, down 21-3. So, Coach Drossa, he might just take a knee and try to get this ball where he's in, or he might take a couple shots at it, but because they're lining up in the shotgun, so can't take a knee out of the shotgun.
Got 3 receivers out wide to the left. Hughes rolls to the left, looking downfield, fires it deep down the left side, and intended out there for Lincoln Sloan, but he was well covered. Gerald Epling and who else? Andrew Elkins back there with him. 2nd and 10 now with 21 seconds to go in the half. Ball on the 24-yard line of Prestonsburg. Coach Hillard Howard's Letcher Central team a big game at home tonight, hosting Knox Central. That's a big district game for those 2 schools. Here's a snap, handoff up the middle, and up across the 30 goes, who was that? Was that Sloan or Setzer? Setzer on the carry. And that's probably going to do it, as they're not going to call the timeout here as the clock winds down to 0. It's halftime, and your score here at the half, Belfry 21, Prestonsburg 3. We'll send it back to the station and be back here in a few minutes with some halftime stats and comments on Eastern Kentucky Sports Leader, the Intermountain Sports Network.
We'll start with the Black Cats of Prestonsburg. They had a total of 49 yards, Ken's all they had the first half. Sloan carried the ball 4 times for 4 yards. Hughes ran the ball 3 times for 29 yards. Setzer 5 times for 5 yards, and Creighton 1 time for 2 yards. Hughes was 1 for 3 in the passing game for 9 yards. So, the field goal that Prestonsburg scored was only they took the ball over on a short field, as we talked about that first half. So got a couple of first downs, got down in field goal range and kicked the field goal. So the Black Cats haven't come up with much offense the first half. I'm sure Coach Drossett has made some adjustments, and we'll see how it plays out the second half. On the other side of the ball, Belfry just moved the ball up and down the field. Elkins was 5 for 6 in the passing game for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. And, we made the comment before the end of the first half, when's the last time Belfry had 3 scores on the board and 2 of them was through the passing game?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's a long time.
Probably since Jonathan Wright was quarterback over here.
Yeah, right. Now, they threw the ball a lot when Wright was here. For the Pirates, May had 13 carries for 36 yards, 1 catch for 17. Eplin carried the ball 4 times for 39 yards and had 1 touchdown on the ground. And he also caught a touchdown, 1 pass for 30 yards through the air. Chapman, 6 carries for 51 yards. He had 2 catches for 29 and a TD. Caught the last touchdown there before the first half ended. And Kohara had 1 catch for 5 yards. So Belfry's passing game and running game has been clicking pretty good. They had a total of 207 yards offense the first half, so it's a big discrepancy between the two.
To 49, so
yeah,
just
207 to 49. That's a
pretty dominating half.
That's pretty dominating.
But you never know; things could turn around in this second half.
That's the reason we play 2 halves, isn't it?
That's right. Boy, an interesting game last week there. That Middlesboro and Corbin. I don't know if you kept up with that. You see the final score. Middlesboro won it 62 to 42, but the game was tied at 42. I mean, they just traded scores back and forth, dead even, and then in the last quarter, Middlesboro blew it open. But that was a high-scoring ball game. Very interesting. Usually don't see 2 teams stay that close throughout the game and then end up with a 20-point differential.
That could have been. Just like I said, I didn't follow the game. Could have been due to some turnovers. Could have been due to conditioning.
Right.
Corbin might have run out of gas after putting all those points on the board.
Yeah, that's a lot of running up and down the field.
That would have been a tough one to officiate.
Boy, that would. Can you imagine Staggs at his age having to run the field like those guys had to that way?
Might have had to call some official timeouts.
Yeah. Yes, we're about ready to go. Glenn Ernest ready to kick it away to the Black Cats. And he boots it to the right side. Bobbled at the 13, picked up and up the middle. Nice cut there and out across the 35. That was Alan Cranen on the carry and a nice run. He gets it back to the 36-yard line. Return of 23 yards.
Yeah, he's had a couple of nice returns, Ken. First half, I think he had one for around 17 or 20 yards, and that was a nice return there and sets Prestonsburg up 1st and 10 on their own 36.
Yes, it does. As Hughes in the shotgun, 2 receivers out wide to his right. And he fakes the handoff, keeps it himself around the left side, and gets up to about the 39, pick up a 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Black Cats. And I'll tell you, this is a crucial drive for Prestonsburg there. If they've got any hopes of getting back in this game, they need to take this opening drive here and put some points on the board, because you never know when you're going to get the ball back when you turn it over to Belfry with that strong ground attack. They can eat up a lot of time.
Well, when you get it back, the way they've been tonight, you're down another 7. So,
right. Hughes under center this time. Sloan in motion. He fakes it to Sloan. Hughes cuts it back up the middle, and he gets popped and stays on his feet somehow. Took another shot and stayed up. Tough young man there. What a couple of licks, and he still picked up a couple of yards.
That's a whole lot of hit and a whole lot of running for a 2-yard gain.
Boy, that is, isn't it? That first guy that hit him really popped him. I couldn't hardly stay in my chair just watching that hit. How did he stay on his feet?
It hurt up here, didn't it?
Hurt up here. So it's 3rd down and 5 now. Hughes going to go under center this time. Man in motion. Fake handoff. He's back to pass. Firing it deep down the left side and just overthrows Lincoln Sloan. Sloan had a couple of steps on his men out there, but Hughes just put too much on it there and overthrew him.
Yeah, Sloan set up in the slot and just ran what they call a seam pattern, and Hughes had his line gave him some time, and he laid the ball out there. It was just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, just a little bit. So Hughes will go back to punt it now on 4th and 5. Dustin May, the only return man back. Back around his own 25. Here's the snap. Hughes boots it away. A low kick taken at the 30 on the run by May. He's up across the 40 in a hurry and wrapped up there. Gets up to about the 42. And that'll be it. It'll be 1st and 10 Belfry, but great field position to start this drive.
That's a dangerous punt, Ken. Low and May took it on the run, on the dead run, and a lot of times you'll get a big run back on that. But Prestonsburg had it covered pretty good.
They sure did. 10-14 to play in the 3rd quarter. Belfry leading it 21-3. Pirates' first possession of the 2nd half. Andrew Elkins under center. Hands it off to Dustin May over the left side, and he gets up to the 46-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards, maybe 4 yards on the play. Prestonsburg's done a pretty good job up front all night on those dive plays up the middle, but they've been getting killed when they do go to the outside.
Yeah, May has basically been the runner that run the inside. He's had 14 carries for 40 yards, but just like you said, he sets those other runs, outside runs up.
May gets it again, and not much there this time. He got 2 yards up to the 48. It's going to leave a 3rd down and 4 for the Pirates.
And also, Ken, later in the game, those runs in the middle, 1 and 2, 3 yard gains. Now you just keep pounding and pounding. They start turning into 3 and 4 or 5 yard gains. So that defense gets tired. The Black Cats' first possession, they only kept the ball 1 minute and 30 seconds and turned it over, and it keeps your defense on the field if you can't move the ball on offense.
Right. Elkins takes the snap, and here's the pitch back to Epling around the left side, and he gets hit out at midfield. He's going to be a couple yards short this time. It's good pursuit out there. Alan Cranen, and there's 32 for the Black Cats.
32 would be Dalton Taylor.
Good job out there by Taylor and Cranen to get on the outside there and catch Epling. So it's 4th and 2. Looks like Belfry's going to punt it. Ball right on midfield.
That's a big stop by the Black Cats, making the Pirates punt the ball back over to them the first possession of this half.
Right, it's 3 and out. May back to punt it. He gets it away. Good high kick. Cranen's going to let it bounce. And he takes a bounce for the Black Cats back this way a little bit. The ball will be down at the 23-yard line, so Prestonsburg will take over at their own 23 with 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and Belfry leading it 21-3.
May gets a lot of height on his
he does.
punts. Yeah,
he really gets him up in the air.
And pretty nice distance. That was about a 32-yard kick. So with that hang time on that and 32-yard, that's an excellent kick.
Sure is. Hughes under center. Gives it off to Lincoln Sloan, I believe, and there's nothing there for him. He lost yardage on the play. Loss of a yard, it looks like. It'll be 2nd and 11.
I think that was number 3, Creighton, that carried that kid.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
He's 3 and Sloan's 33. Sometimes it's hard to pick that number up in the middle of that pile.
Yes, it is. Second and 11. Hughes in the shotgun this time. And he fakes handoff. Nice job avoiding the rush. He fires it out here. It's caught out at the 30. Chase Martin on the reception. Boy, good job there by Hughes. He had a man bearing down on him. Looked like he's going to get drilled. He sidestepped him and made a nice pass out to Martin. pickup of 7 yards on the play, so that's going to leave 3rd and 4 now.
Yeah, the defensive end was about to make the sack, and back seen him just in time and give him a little chip block and just held him off enough and give Hughes time to make that completion.
As South center already up there ready to snap the ball. Hughes in the shotgun, and Prestonsburg going to take a timeout here. As big 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 4 with 6:41 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 21-3. Belfry will be back in 1 minute on the Intermountain. Down and 4. Hughes takes the snap, rolls out to the left, and where to go? Dustin May wraps him up and takes him down back at the 28. A 2-yard loss on the play, and Prestonsburg going to be forced to punt it away again, as it'll be 4th and 6 now.
That Pirate defense is stiffened up his second half. Prestonsburg had the ball 2 times and has failed to pick up a first down. It's been 3 and out both times, Ken.
3 and out, both of them, right.
The adjustments they made evident was not working so far, are they?
No, they're not. As Bobby Hughes takes the snap, kicks it away, a low line drive, hits at the 42, takes a roll for Prestonsburg down to the 36, and it'll be down right there. So Belfry takes over 1st and 10 at their own 36 with a 21-3 lead. And I was just wondering something, Larry. Do you think there's any fans in the stands over at Rockcastle County tonight?
I'm sure that they
hosting Bell County, and boy, you talk about rivalries. That's one there, and 2 great programs there facing each other tonight. That should be a heck of a ball game.
I'd say that the fans are full, and there's probably 2 or 3 deep around the fences and climbing trees or wherever they can get a peek.
I would say so for that one. Elkins hands it off over the right side to Dustin May. He gets wrapped up immediately, and no gain on the play.
Again, Coach Haywood's just running that dive, Ken, and you can look for something here to break loose in the middle.
At any time.
May's carried the ball 16 times, 42 yards.
Second and 10 now. Elkins under center. Wishbone formation behind him. He takes it. Hand off to Chapman. He's breaking tackles again. And one man to beat. Crane, and slows him up enough for somebody else to take him down. But another great run for Corey Chapman. Down to the 37-yard line.
26 yards.
Boy, Chapman's had quite a night. He's not had a lot of carries, but he's picked up huge chunks of yardage when he has carried.
He's had 7 carries for 77 yards. That's an average of 11 yards every time he tips the ball. So I'm sure
tremendous.
that Coach Haywood will take that.
I'm sure he will. 1st and 10 now at the Prestonsburg 37 for the Belfry Pirates. Elkins under center. And there's movement on the right side of the line.
It's going to be against Belfry.
Back them up to the 42. It'll be 1st and 15 now.
The previous play when Chapman made the big gain, Ken, they faked the dive to May, just like we said, set it up and Chapman was the second man through. They gave it to him, and he just had a huge hole. Mm-hmm. And if he'd have made a move on one man and made that man beat him, it would have been a touchdown.
Here's the snap, handoff up the middle to May, and nothing much there. He gets across the 40 down to about the 39, maybe the 38.
Gets his usual 2 or 3 yards on that carry.
Right. May a dangerous runner, though. He's one of those that could break one at any time.
And also, just by the Pirates keeping the ball on the ground, we're down to under 4 minutes in the 3rd quarter and eating that clock away and taking time away from the Black Cats.
As it's a play-action pass, hit in the backfield. It's Elkins. He breaks free. A lot of room around that right side across the 40, the 30, and he's down near the first down marker. Good job there by Elkins, avoiding the rush and seeing an opening and taking advantage of it. Great job.
And I think he's going to have the first down. It looks pretty close. Referee Robert Staggs is going to call for the measurement. You think you'd have called that, Chuck, or Ken, if it'd been on the other side of the field? That chain was pretty close to that ball there, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
chain was real close, so he can handle it now. I think he got it by the nose of the football. So 1st and 10, Belfry at the 26-yard line of Prestonsburg. Yeah, like you said, Larry, it's really eating up this clock now. 3:28 to play, and it's running. And, Prestonsburg down 3 scores here. They may not have 3 more possessions in this ball game.
That's true, and defense, notice starting to
and there's Epling now off the left side, and he's going to go. It's another touchdown, Gerald Epling, as he takes it 26 yards this time for the score. What a night Epling's having.
Epling's got 6 carries for 67 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, got 1 pass for 30 yards, a touchdown through the air. So he's been the man tonight.
Oh, he has, hasn't he?
And all of his scores been big plays, a 27-yarder, 26-yarder, and a 30-yarder. And that's what you get from the Pirates. You get that 2 or 3 yards, and then the next thing, 30, 40 yards down the field.
Ernest kicks it up, and he's got another one. He's 4 for 4 tonight. It's now 28-3. Belfry over Prestonsburg with 3:08 to play in the 3rd quarter, and what a night it's been. Gerald Epling was the MVP here in the Pike County Bowl in that game against Newport. I think he was maybe in the defensive MVP that night, but had a couple of interceptions and made tremendous tackles. But he's a fun kid to watch out here. No bigger than he is, and make the plays he does. It's a pleasure to watch this young man.
Well, now he's the offensive MVP tonight.
Right. He switched it over tonight to the offensive.
So he can get him a trophy on both sides of the ball if they give him one for tonight. And that's just like you talked. 3:08 to go. The Black Cats are down 3 scores, and if they don't get nothing this possession here, it's going to be a long 4th quarter for them.
Absolutely. Well, right now they'd have to get 25. No, they're 4 scores down now. They could get 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions.
Yeah,
it still would be a point down.
Yeah,
so
28-27.
Tough hole to come back from, and nowhere to go there.
That was number 40, Blake Mead, running the ball for the Black Cats, and was taken down after a 3 or 4 yard gain.
All right.
Black Cats take the ball over on their own 32 with 3:01 to go in the 3rd quarter, down 28-3. And Ken, just as we said earlier, they desperately need points on this drive.
They sure do. And what's the call?
Timeout,
Prestonsburg. So with 3:01 to play in the 3rd, it's 28-3. Belfry over Prestonsburg. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Intermountain Sports Network. As Prestonsburg takes over 1st and 10, they're on 31. Hughes fakes the handoff, back looking to pass, fires it down the left side, and nearly picked off there as Devin Cohare came up on the receiver and had a chance to pick it off there.
I think that pass was intended for. I couldn't get to. Was it Moore?
I'm not sure.
I think it was number 22. Seth Moore's pass was behind him a little bit, and just as you said, Cohare just came a little bit of picking that one off.
He sure did. 2nd and 10. Hughes in the shotgun this time. Got twins to the right. Now Lincoln Sloan goes in motion, right to left. Hughes straight back, looking to pass. Got time. Now he's running out of time. He takes off with it and gets a couple of yards up to the 33. Tackle there by Philip Hickman. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 now for the Black Cats.
The Black Cats just went to their passing attack. Ken tried to get something going this second half. This is the 3rd time they've had the ball, and they've not picked up the first down. So the offense has been completely stymied here by the Belfry Pirates.
Yes, it has. Using the shotgun, takes it. Fakes the two backs. Now he's looking to pass, and he's in trouble. Hickman takes him down. Philip Hickman with the quarterback sack. Back at the 27-yard line.
Hughes was lucky to hang on that when he was just getting ready to throw it and felt the pressure and pulled it down. And I don't see how he held on to it.
I don't either. He got hit there. But,
yes, he did.
Now Hughes is going to have to back up and punt it as it's 4th and about 16, it looks like. So 4th and 15. And back deep, Corey Chapman and Dustin May this time. Hughes takes it, boots it. Another line drive. May's going to let it roll, and it takes a nice roll for Prestonsburg all the way down to the 22-yard line, 21-yard line. So very effective kick there by Bobby Hughes.
A 41-yard kick. Got a good roll on it. Was no use for May to try to pick that one up with the big lead, to just let it roll dead and take the ball over on what's that, the 26-yard line or 21-yard line. 1:17 to go in the third quarter, up 28-3.
That was actually about a 51-yard kick. Larry.
Was it 51?
They would, he got sacked back at the 27. That's 23 yards and 29, about 52 yards.
I believe that makes 2 times tonight he's had a 50-yard kick.
Yeah, it does. Here's Chapman around the right side, taking the pitch, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet somehow, but he stepped out of bounds, or that could have been 6 more possibly. Boy, I'll tell you, Chapman has been tough to bring down tonight, Larry.
Man, I tell you, he's quick. He gets
Yes,
that
he
ball,
is.
and he knows where he's headed, and that's straight to the end zone on the other end, and he gets there in a hurry.
Absolutely.
That's 8 carries for 90 yards, so he's getting close to that 100-yard mark in rushing tonight.
And only 8 carries.
In 8 carries.
Robert Staggs needs a break. He stops the clock here, calls timeout. See what this is about.
Talking to the head linesman.
See what's going on here.
What could have happened, Ken, was they might have not stopped the clock when they should have, when they stepped out of bounds, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I see the line judge is coming over and talking to one of the Belfry coaches with the headphone on to, I guess, tell them put time back on the clock.
Yeah, that's evidently what it was.
105.
First and 10 now, Belfry at their own 35-yard line. Elkins under center. And off straight up the middle to May, and he's hard to bring down this time. Gets up across the 40 to the 41-yard line. 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 4 now for the Pirates as the third quarter just about over, down to 50 seconds.
And that's one of the 2 or 3 yard runs that was May was gaining in the first half, starting to turn into 5 and 6 yards, Ken, just like we spoke earlier. You know, the Black Cats defense has been on the field for a long time this second half.
Yes, they have. And May gets it again, and another huge chunk of yardage as he gets up to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 6 more yards, so he's got 12 yards on these last 2 carries.
It makes 57 yards for May on 19 carries. He's been the workhorse as far as the number of carries. He's not the top yardage man, but he has made those other plays work by taking that ball and running it in the middle as tough as he's run it.
And Elkins lines up under center. Pitch out to Corey Chapman around the right side. And gets down to the 45 as the clock expires for the third quarter. Your score at the end of 3, Belfry 28, Prestonsburg 3. We'll be back in 1 minute on Eastern Kentucky Sports Leader, the Intermountain Sports Network.
Fans, we're back here at the Belfry Pirates football field. on Pond Creek. Prestonsburg Black Cats and Belfry playing tonight, Ken, and going into the fourth quarter, the Pirates has been dominating this game since the second quarter. It's 28-3. They've got the ball on their own 46, second and 1, and Black Cats haven't shown any sign of stopping them this second half.
No, they haven't. Elkins under center. Fakes the handoff. It's hit as he releases it. Epling almost came up with it, but it did hit the ground, incomplete, as number 77 there, the Black Cats drilled Andrew Elkins. Let's see who that is. 77 is Jonathan Blair. So it's third down now and 2 yards to go. A short 2. Elkins under center. Epling in motion. Hand off to Dustin May over the left side, and it's going to be close.
Just depends on the spot. It's going to be fourth down.
Yep, about a half a yard short. That's Marty Gormley playing linebacker out there, ain't he, in that middle of the field?
Yeah, that's Marty. Yeah,
he still looks like a middle linebacker, doesn't
he? Marty is an excellent official, keeps himself in good shape, and he's a super guy.
Yeah, he is. This is a fine crew out here tonight. Hand off over the left side, and he got the first down. That's Dustin May, I'm sure.
That's who it was. 21 carries for 59 yards. He's getting them 1 and 2 yards at a time. He's going to have 50 carries to make that 100-yard mark.
He is at this pace. But,
yeah.
Well, I tell you, he's had a heck of a game on defense. Been in on a lot of big plays defensively.
Yes, he's been one of the main players for the Pirates tonight, and we've not mentioned it, but we've got to give accolades to that offensive line, Ken, because they've done some excellent blocking tonight and opened some big holes up for their running backs.
And Chapman's got it, and he gets pounded on there. No gain on the play. But thanks to Randy White over here, just informed me Dustin May's got 2 quarterback sacks tonight. He's been in on a lot of fine defensive plays. So.
Well, he's a very versatile player. He handles the kickoff returns on the punt and the kickoff team. He plays defense, and just like you said, yeah, and that's right. He even punts the ball, so he'll rest well tonight.
I say he will. It's 2nd and 10 as Elkins under center. Pitches it out to Chapman around the right side, and he gets wrapped up, taken out of bounds, and about the 41, pick up a couple of yards.
But the Black Cats defense kind of stiffened up a little bit since the start of the fourth quarter, and has not give up much so far, Ken.
No, they haven't, but they've sure struggled offensively since this was quite a ball game for the first minute and then our first quarter, and then about 4 minutes of that second quarter. I think it was around the 8-minute mark when Prestonsburg kicked that field goal to cut it to 7-3, and looked like we were going to have quite a game on our hands, but boy, Belfry has dominated since that point. Elkins back, fires it out in the left flat, too high for Corey Chapman, overthrew him, and that's going to bring up 4th and long now. Like May's going to punt it.
We don't have the stats as far as first downs. I was trying to remember back, but after the Black Cats kicked the field goal, they might have only had 1 or 2 first downs since then in the game.
Yeah, that's
right now, total yardage, they're less than 100 yards for the game.
With 9:56 left in the ball game. Dustin May boots it away. Another really good high kick. Fair catch call for by Lincoln Sloan. Takes it at the 13. So Prestonsburg backed up to their own 13-yard line now.
9:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Black Cats be taking over on their own. 13 down, 28-3, Ken. So things are starting to look a little bleak for the Black Cats, but they desperately need to make a long drive and put some points on the board, and they got to do it quickly.
Yes, they do. And Hughes lines up under center. He's back looking to pass. And a lot of pressure on him again. He takes off. He's going to be sacked for about a 1-yard loss. Number 51 got the sack.
Number 51 would be Randy Webb.
Yeah, Randy wanted to change numbers here. We had him at 37. I think the young ladies that informed us earlier there'd been a change. So.
Yeah, the Black Cats are trying to use their passing game, and that's 3 or 4 sacks that they've got on the quarterback, so they just don't have time to make any of the passes.
And Hughes throws it quickly out on the right sideline there to Lincoln Sloan, and it went right off his hands. A nice throw there, and I'll tell you what, he had some blockers out there with him. They had 3 guys out wide there, and they were set up. That could have been a huge play, and Sloan dropped the ball.
Had a flanker screen set up and threw the ball out, and it just hit him in a bad spot in the hands.
In the hands, right. A bad spot.
Yeah. It was well set up, but it wasn't executed.
3rd down and 11 now. Hughes in the shotgun. He's got his receiver split out wide to the left this time. And he rolls to the left. Now rolls back the other way, and he's taken down again. It's Phillip Hickman with another sack. I know that's at least 2 for him tonight. We got a flag down. And let's see what the call is. Holding on the Black Cats. I'm sure that'll probably be declined because he lost about 8 yards on the sack.
Yes, they'll decline it, and it'll bring up 4th and what's that, about 18. So
Prestonsburg's got to kick it away again. Well, this is one beautiful football facility over here.
Yes, it is. There's very few football facilities in the high school ranks in the state, I'm sure, that compared to this facility, and we're fortunate enough to be able to come over and watch them play on it and participate in this great facility they have.
Hughes another low kick, takes a bounce, and picked up at the 44 by Corey Chapman, and he finds the seam, gets it down to the 35. He gets popped by Chase Martin, taken down there at the 36. And boy, I tell you, we got some fine facilities here in Pike County, especially with this facility here, Pikeville, of course, with the turf, and Shelby Valley now with this new field turf up there. And of course, you know, Pike Central and Eastridge, those facilities are great facilities too. They don't have the field turf yet.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, somebody told me that they was going to try to get that at Pike Central next year, the field turf.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I've been hearing. So hopefully they'll be able to do that. Elkins pitches it back to Epling, and he's taken down for a big loss by Lincoln Sloan, all the way back at the 44-yard line. 43, loss of about 7 or 8 yards on the play.
Talking about the facilities, Ken, just goes to show you how much high school football has progressed in the mountains in the last few years.
Right.
Used to, it was all basketball, you know, and you just played football because that was the season, you know, except
right.
for a few schools. But now everybody's getting involved, and it's great for the kids.
It sure is. And off to Corey Chapman off right tackle, and he gets most of that lost yardage back. Gets down to the 38, pickup of about 6 yards on the play.
That puts Chapman over the 100-yard mark for tonight, 12 rushes for 106 yards.
Still 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd and about 12, maybe 13.
These Pirates got 3 good-looking running backs.
Oh, they have. They sure have. And a nice-looking sophomore quarterback, too.
Yes.
He does a great job handling the ball there, and he can throw the football. He takes the snap, hands it off. There goes Dustin May, breaking one. And he gets all the way down inside the 20.
Wes Hall on the tackle.
A 19-yard pickup for Dustin May.
He started those 2 and 3 yard runs. He decided he was going to bust one, didn't he?
All right. So it's 1st and 10. Belfry at the 19 now as they're threatening again.
That puts May up to 80 yards rushing tonight.
And Dustin May takes it off the left side. Not much there this time, maybe a yard. Second and 9.
Coach Haywood just keeping that ball on the ground. The clock's ticking off, and it's just a matter of what the final score is going to be now, Chuck, Ken, with 6:50 to go in the fourth quarter, and Pirates up 28-3.
That's all that remains to be determined. Understand that Dustin May and Corey Chapman are both in the top 20 in the state in rushing. In 2A, that is. And Chapman breaks free. He was wrapped up and ready to go down, and somehow he breaks free and takes it in the end zone. 18 yards for the touchdown. And I tell you, Corey Chapman has been virtually impossible to tackle tonight.
He's a tough runner. He doesn't give you much to hit. He's always moving, twisting and turning, and if you don't wrap him up, he's going to get free. My, what a run that time. He was wrapped up that time and still somehow broke free. I don't know what happened there. He's a little slippery.
Ernest ready to kick it again. He does, and he's 5 for 5 on extra points tonight. It's now 35-3. And talking about all these fine facilities, Larry. Now this is a press box here at Belfry.
Yes,
this
it is.
Just a wonderful press box. Huge, a lot of room. It's wide and a lot of good seating, but it's really done right. There's a lot of colleges out there that would love to have a facility like this, I'm sure. A lot of small colleges.
I'm grateful for it tonight because we're sitting here nice and warm in short sleeves, and instead of being on top of the press box or something, with a coat on. So it's been nice tonight for sure.
It's great in here.
It's just the whole facility is top notch. The school, the new
school. It's beautiful.
All the athletic facilities, the track, baseball, softball fields. It's just it's just a wonderful facility, and a testament of how the people at the Pike County School Board has worked with the schools and tried to offer the best that they can for all the student athletes in Pike County.
Yes, they've done a great job. As Glenn Ernest gets ready to kick it again.
He's had a workout tonight,
Oh, he has. 5 extra points. Now he's kicked off at least 6 times. Boots it away into the end zone. It's at about the 2 and rolls out the back of the end zone. So Prestonsburg will take over at their own 20, 1st and 10 with 6:29 left in the ball game.
You don't see too many kicks in high school in this area go into the end zone.
No, you don't.
And that one's almost there in the air, just as you said. It hit on the 2-yard line, right. So that's an excellent kick.
Young man, the Pocknell's got a good kicker, the Pafunda kid, Max Pafunda. He can really boot
it. He'll probably play on the next level somewhere with his leg.
Oh, yes. Here's Hughes taking the snap, rolling out to the left, trying to cut back and taken down right at the 20. No gain on the play. Belfry next week there, Larry, I think next Friday night will be at Sheldon Clark. They'll travel down there, and that's a heck of a place to play. Sheldon Clark's always been tough at home, and I'd like to know how the game's going down there tonight. Then Shelby Valley should be a good one. And,
well, if Sheldon Clark ends up winning that game tonight, and this one is all Pirates, that's going to be for the district championship.
Right, because if they could beat Belfry, they would win it on the tiebreaker. Each of them would have 1 loss in the district. And here's a pass out to Lincoln Sloan. He breaks. No, I thought he broke a tackle at the 30, but he finally goes down at about the 34. Nice throw out there by Hughes. That was Philip Hickman on the tackle again. Hickman's had a fine game tonight. So we'll pick up a 14 yards on the pass from Hughes. to Lincoln Sloan.
That's Lincoln's second reception for tonight for a total of 23 yards. Hughes is 3 for 9 in the passing game tonight for a total of 30 yards.
Hughes takes the snap, pump fakes, got all kinds of time this time, and throws it down the left sideline. He's got Sloan again, and another nice gain out to the 47. 12-yard, 13-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and 10 Prestonsburg once again.
They've moved Sloan out of the backfield. He was setting up as a wide receiver that time, and he was wide open. Just threw it out to him and let him get what he can.
Oh, we just got a score there. Sheldon Clark 43, Shelby Valley 6.
That's a surprise.
So almost picked off there as number 32 of the Pirates had a real shot at it.
Sean Huddle. Right in his hands.
Right, that's hitting
Another
the bad spot again. Right.
But
Well, boy, I tell you what, that score we just heard, dominating performance by Sheldon Clark tonight over a pretty good Shelby Valley team. So that sets up a big matchup for next Friday. I'll tell you, that's Sheldon Clark surprised everybody last year getting to that regional championship, going over there and beating a very good Leslie County team, and they've got almost all that team back. They were very young last year, so could be a really good game next Friday. Hughes going deep. Well overthrown, but nowhere to go really back there. Wes Woods, he's trying to go to his tight end, and there was 4 red shirts around him there. Just no room at all.
They was closer to it than his receiver.
Right.
And speaking of Sheldon Clark, Coach Sean Hager, he does an excellent job with them, and just as you said, that'd be a tremendous game next week, and most likely for the district title. So be a huge crowd over in Inez, Kentucky next Friday night.
Absolutely. Here's the snap. Hughes back, looking to pass on 3rd and 10. Fires it. Nice throw and hits Woods with it, but Corey Chapman nails him, knocks the ball loose.
He got there at the same time the ball, and there was no way that Woods was going to hang on to that.
No, there wasn't.
That was what you call a separation.
Yes. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass, and I think Woods would have had it had it not been for the great play by Chapman. 4th and 10 now as Belfry going for it, or Prestonsburg going for it on 4th down. Hughes in the shotgun, trips out to the left. He's back, and here comes the rush. Overthrows it, picked off by guess who? Gerald Epling. Epling breaks a tackle at midfield, gets down the 40, the 30, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Another big defensive play by Gerald Epling. So Belfry will take over with 4:36 to play in the game, already up 35-3. He spot the ball on the 29-yard line, and sure they'll probably keep it on the ground here and keep that clock running.
Ken, anytime Epling tips the ball, he seems to have a big gain. He's had 7 rushes for 60 yards, almost a 10-yard per rush average, and then he picks that one off and goes, I'm not sure exactly where he got it, but somewhere around 35, 40-yard return on that. Yeah,
returned it. Yeah, like I said, a good probably 40 yards.
Got a timeout, Belfry Pirates.
So with that, we'll take a break. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Intermountain Sports.
Welcome back, fans. On Pond Creek, Kentucky, Belfry Pirates and the Prestonsburg Black Cats doing battle tonight. And Ken, it's been all Pirates, 35-3, 4:36 to go in the 4th quarter.
Another great performance by Coach Philip Haywood's Belfry Pirates, as they're going to come away with the big district win here. Hand off to, I believe that's Ivan Lee getting his first carry of the night. Ivan is a 6 foot, 233-pound sophomore, and he's a good running back. His time will come here, I'm sure, in the next year or two. As ball down at the 24-yard line. He picked up 5 yards on the carry. He's a big, strong kid.
Yeah, he got behind that offensive line, and they just kept pushing the Black Cats down the field and ended up getting 5 yards. And he's it's like you said, he's he'll get his time, but he's behind 3 good backs right now.
Right, there's number 33 off the right side. That's
Number 33.
Tyler Guzlin.
Yeah, Tyler Guzlin.
Only a freshman. Ivan Lee was one of the stars of the Pike County Bowl on defense against Newport Catholic. Boy, he had a tremendous ball game. Forced a couple of fumbles, recovered a couple, and he was tremendous that night, I remember.
It just goes to show you what we talked about earlier about Belfry having such a football program instead of a team, that a sophomore can step up and contribute to a team as good as they are.
And they've got to change a quarterback, too. Here's number 7. And
number 7 would be Timmy Lovin.
And let's see what grade Lovern's in. He's a 5'9", 129-pound freshman, another freshman. And the quarterback now is Ryan Preston. Number 4, Ryan was the starting quarterback in the opening few games of the season, but since been replaced by Andrew Elkins.
He's going to have a hard time getting that starting job back where Elkins is playing.
Ryan's only a junior, so there's a lot of good young players on this Belfry team. And there's Ivan Lee with it. Not much there this time. The clock winding down in a hurry, down to 2:25 to play in the game. Ball at the 17. In fact, Lee actually lost a yard on that play.
Yeah, they're just running the little dive, just keeping that clock running, trying to move the chains. So this is winding down. Prestonsburg came in, played a good first quarter, and going to have to go back and regroup and get ready for next week.
Yes, they are. Preston takes the snap, hands it off, big hole up the middle, and nice running there down to the 1. That's number 23.
That's Heath Varney.
Okay.
He is a 5'6", 156-pound junior.
Heath Varney picks up 16 yards on the carry. First and goal for Belfry with 1:35 to play in the game. The clock running.
And Ken, people will look back, and if they put this one in and say they run the score up, but he's playing his second and third team, and they're just running up the middle, and what else can you do?
Yeah, these kids have got to want to play too. So good hard run there. It's a touchdown for Heath Varney. He takes it in from 1 yard out, and it's now 41-3. Glenn Ernest ready to kick his 6th extra point of the night.
He's done well tonight. I don't know how he is for the season as far as extra points, but he's been true tonight.
I think he's pretty well dead on. Has been for the last couple of years. I've seen several games, and he's very dependable on those extra points. As getting said here, one of the Prestonsburg players lost a shoe.
And he's got an unusual kicking style nowadays. He's a straight-on kicker. He's not a sidewinder like most of them is.
A lot of these kids now playing soccer and can kick it with that sidewinder motion.
I can remember back in the pros, everybody kicked that way, and they started coming out and kicking it sideways. You thought they was crazy on what they was doing.
Oh, yeah. Garo, your premium of the Dolphins years ago. Here's the kick by Ernest.
Straight down the middle.
And it's perfect again, so it's now 42-3 with only 1:14 to go in the ball game, and we'll just keep it right here as this one just about over. And what a performance by the Pirates, I'll tell you. Tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised to see these Pirates make another serious run at that state championship. They won it in '04 and or won the state championship in '03 and '04, and then last year got beat in the state semifinals by Russell and could have very easily won that game. Had a late turnover there. Got themselves in a hole. Got behind pretty bad in the first half. Had to dig out of the hole, but they did. And if not for a turnover late in the game, probably would have pulled that one out. And then Russell went on down to Louisville and just destroyed their opponent in the state championship game. I'm sure Belfry probably would have done the same and could have had a three-peat there. But they're a serious contender again.
They're definitely in the mix. Young team gets better every week. Excellent coaching staff. Coach Haywood's got together here, and it's been proven over the years how successful they are. So anybody that thinks that the Pirates is not going to be a contender again this year, I heard talk, that they was young, and this will be the year, be the chance to
take them down,
dethrone them and stuff. But now they're not showing any signs of that here tonight or so far this year.
No, they're not.
And what's Coach Haywood does, just like the last two drives we've seen, which adds a lot of experience to his team. He gets his young players in these games and gives them that game experience.
Right. Here's a nice return over the right side. Couldn't get that number. He's moving too fast for me to see his number.
Let's see who gets up off the pile.
32, I believe. Is that Dalton Taylor?
32. It's Dalton Taylor.
Good run back there. He took it back near the goal line and gets it out to the 30. I tell you, that's you're talking about what a program they've got here at Belfry, and the continuity in this coaching staff is one of the big reasons. He's got Coach Haywood's got some guys down here, Anthony Tackett, Todd Castle, and Coach Mickey. They've been with him just about since he's been here. In fact, some of those boys played for him and then came right back as coaches, but they've been around together a long time, and that means a lot.
Yeah, there's the familiar faces on the sidelines, and players has confidence in the ability of the coaching staff because they've seen what's happened before they've come up to high school ranks. So it's just a solid program all around.
And he's mixing in some of these young guys now. Casey LaGuire, who was a fine quarterback here for the Pirates a few years ago, helping out now. And Jonathan Wright, the one we talked about that when they switched to the passing game when Jonathan was quarterback over here several years ago. But Jonathan also an assistant coach. So a good mixture of youth and experience on this coaching staff. Back to throw is Hughes. Deep down the right side. He's got his man open. Lincoln Sloan, he hits him. One man to beat, and he breaks free. It's a touchdown, Prestonsburg. And that one, 69 yards or 68. No, it's I guess the 31-yard line, so it's 69 yards.
69 yards.
Beautiful throw there by Hughes, which we've seen. Hughes has a good arm and can really throw it. He just hasn't had time tonight. That rush has been on him. He's been sacked several times and had to rush his throws. You see what he's capable of when he's got time to throw it.
Yeah, the Pirates playing the two deep guys, second string, and give him time, and he laid it out right in stride for Sloan, and the one defender that had a chance at him just couldn't bring him down.
And here's Moore kicking up the extra point. It's good, and it's now 42-10. And that touchdown comes with 10 seconds to go in the ball game. So it was a beautiful play.
That makes Hughes tonight. He's 6 for 15 in the passing game for the Black Cats and 115 yards.
Prestonsburg will be kicking off now for one last time here. Only 10 seconds remaining in the ball game. Hard to believe, Larry, but we're just about 4 weeks from tonight. We'll be covering playoff games. Only 3 weeks left in the regular season. After tonight,
it comes up quick. The season seems like flies by. About the time you get into a good groove and see some good games, it seems like it's all over, doesn't it?
Right.
we've got some teams in eastern Kentucky that's got a chance to go a long ways. Not only the Belfry Pirates, Pikeville has got an excellent team. You got
yes,
some
they
teams
have.
over in the 14th region that you got Clay County, Leslie County, and some of those. You always got Bell County and
Bell and
Breathitt,
Rock.
and all of those are
Yeah.
Rock Castle. Yeah.
Oh, another big game going on tonight in the mountains is Breathitt County at Leslie County. That should be quite a match up there. That'll probably determine a district winner over there tonight. Yes, the onside kick comes up short, so Belfry will have it at the 49. They just have to take a knee, and it'll be over. 5.8 seconds remaining on the clock. Yeah, those, I tell you, the Panthers, Iowa Panthers have lost 4 games this year, 3 or 4, but they played a really tough schedule and lost to
yeah.
great teams, like including this Belfry team, Lexington, Henry Clay, of course, and East Jessamine. But, boy, I tell you, they've got a lot of talent there. They've got some players banged up right now, some injuries, and hopefully they can get everybody back by playoff time. Casey Rose had a little knee problem there, and hopefully he's going to be all right. Ted Honaker, a separated shoulder, and we hope to see Ted back out there soon. But Pikeville could make a serious run in the playoffs.
Yes, it could.
And that's the ball game, as it was a good night for the Belfry Pirates. They win it 42-10 over the Prestonsburg Black Cats, as Belfry remains undefeated in the district. And looks like they're headed for another district championship, and unless they stumble next week at Sheldon Clark. We got the score earlier there. Sheldon Clark up big on Shelby Valley. I think it was 42-6 or something, but quite a performance for them tonight. You
Yes,
got a few numbers there you want to give us before we sign off?
Well, we've got some individual stats I can give you for the winning Belfry Pirates. Chapman, 13 carries for 124 yards, had 2 catches for 29 yards and a TD. The big touchdown maker tonight was Ken was Eplin. He has 7 rushes for 60 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 catch for 30 yards on a receiving touchdown. May had 23 carries for 81 yards. Elkins run the offense excellent tonight. He was 6 for 9 for 81 yards through the air. For the Black Cats, they was led tonight by Hughes with 8 carries for 34 yards on the gain. Sloan in the passing game had 5 catches for 108 yards. So until that last 68 or 9 yard pass,
Right.
Prestonsburg was under 100 yards total for the game. So just a dominating performance tonight by the Belfry Pirates, and not only on defense, also offensively. So I'm sure that Coach Haywood is satisfied with the way they played, and Coach Drossett, he'll go back and get these players prepared for next week. And you've not seen the last of them, because they're still right in the mix of things for the playoffs, and
Right.
depends on how things goes next week. Sheldon Clark and Belfry there, they could be end up in a 3-way tie if Prestonsburg and
Right, where Prestonsburg
and Sheldon
did
Clark
beat,
and Belfry
Sheldon
all
Clark.
won loss. So
Right, we've
it's
seen
not
that
over.
happen. So
Yeah.
it's not over. You made a good point there, Larry. Well, we're glad you joined us here once again for exciting high school football. Hope you'll stay with us throughout the season and through the playoffs. We'll be following our local teams as far as they can go. And Larry, it's our first time working together. It's been a pleasure. Glad you've joined the team here. We've really enjoyed having you along.
Well, I've enjoyed it. I've called you everybody that's worked down tonight, but I think that I kind of got you down. I learned who I was with there by the end of the game.
About the last minute and a half of the game there, you figured out I wasn't Chuck and I wasn't Charlie. That's
Well,
just Ken.
it's better late than never.
That's right. At least you got it figured out.
That's it.
And that's going to wrap us up here tonight. So congratulations to Philip Haywood and the Belfry Pirates as they win it big over Prestonsburg, 42-10. So that's going to wrap us up. For Jerry Scott back at the radio station, for Shane Murray on camera, for Larry Cecil, Larry the TV guy, this is Ken Hall saying thank you and good night.